So, morning everyone. It's like the Oscars. I'm actually going to do a few thank yous as well. I just want to acknowledge a few people who helped me get the day ready today. So, just to apologise, we've moved the day slightly later because Mr. Reid was busy, so he's going to be on at lunchtime. The new programme has been sent out, so we're going to do our best to stick to our schedule. But you know, we might go off a little, but we'll do our best. Gillian has told me the most important part of the day is the quiz, so don't miss it. We're all ready to go. So I can't believe this is our 4th year. This has gone so fast. For those of you who don't know about PALMSoc, we evolved from a study day that Jared and myself did 4 years ago as part of the MSc in Clinical Chemistry at TCD. We had such a huge positive response on the day that we set up a society for those interested in the peri-analytical phases of the testing process in laboratory. We have our own website, for those of you who don't know. Everything's been recorded today and it'll all be available afterwards at www.palmsoc.ie, nothing like a bit of advertising. And there's a member section as well. You just need to ask for registration for that. So just bear with us as we work, and we'll try and get to hit as much time as we can. If you want to get on our mailing list or get involved with PALMSoc, just drop us a line to palmsoc@tcd.ie or contact us through Twitter or Instagram. Megan, our social rep, is all over that today. We're actually looking for a social media rep. If anybody's super interested, that'd be willing to take it on for the year and get us out there to the masses. That would be really great. So I'm just going to do my own thank yous because I really have to thank so many people today because this was a lot of work went into this. We've been kind of working on this for the last 6 months, so hopefully it'll go well. So, and I always like to do my thank yous first because if I don't do them first, nobody ever listens at the end. So before I get started, the most important person I want to thank is everybody who's joined us here today. I know for MedLabs this year has been a really hard time. I know with the cyber attack and the endless pandemic, I know that you've worked really hard. So if you can take the time to sit and join us today, get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself something nice to eat because we're going to have a really good day. It's going to be a very educational day where we're going to have a lot of fun today as well. So just enjoy yourself because you deserve it for all the Trojan efforts you kept going to keep it all going this year. So I hope you have some fun. We're going to focus on 2 areas today. We're going to focus on the cyber attack, which I'm sure we're all over, and we want to talk about COVID-19 vaccination as well. So we hope it runs smooth. We've got great international speakers, which we're absolutely delighted with. So I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who's agreed to speak with us again today. We're very excited, and it's great to have such a huge, prominent international speakers on the day. It's really brilliant. Most important thing, this wouldn't happen without our sponsors. So I just want to say a big thank you to a number of our sponsors. PD sponsored us every year and huge supporters of everything we're trying to do. So a big shout out to Niall O'Donnell and Stephen Tighe and Sam Chalker. I hope you're listening in today. Roche Diagnostics, thank you so much. I know Claire and Brian are here today. Claire is actually our rep at TUH, so we love Claire. And also John Glynn and Sheila Delaney and Len Marshall, big shout out. Medical Supply Company, thank you so much for your sponsorship again and your continued support. So Noel and your team, hello, I hope you're joining us today. The steering committee at PALMSoc, Mary Keoghan, Pat Toomey, Felicity, Anna Rose, Rama, thank you so much for all your support. The most important person I need to thank before I go any further is Professor Bourne. He's the main man. Nothing happens without Professor Bourne, and he's behind everything we do, and he's been a huge support to me all year. We've also set up an operations committee this year. So Denise O'Toole, Linda Martin, Deirdre Brown, thank you so much for all your support. And if anybody's interested in getting involved in the operations committee, again, drop us a line. You'll hear throughout the day, we'll be talking about the Laboratory Medicine Innovation Hub, which we set up in TUH this year. And the main goal of that is to put laboratory medicine front and central and show the talent and the knowledge that laboratories have, both scientifically and clinically. So I just want to acknowledge our CEO, Lucy Nugent, who's been a huge supporter of everything we're trying to do, and also John Kelly, who has really been hugely supportive to me. Also, just acknowledge Ursa, who you met this morning, who has been fantastic for me all year, both personally and professionally. Thanks so much. To the ladies, Caroline, Phyllis, Katrina, Debbie, Megan, thanks so much for all your hard work this year. I know I've had you run ragged, but I hope you're enjoying yourself. To Gillian, my right hand, I think my left hand now, so it's a bit of a worry. Tony, who came back especially for the day, thanks so much, Tony. Thank God you're here because myself and Alison might be just giving you updates by email otherwise. Alison, thanks a million for everything you do. Just really thanks so much. I don't know what to say to you, you're just amazing. So just a few rules today. Please send in your questions via the chat or send them in if you want to via Twitter. We'll ask as many of them as we can. So we're going to ask the questions at the end of each section, apart from two speakers, Mr. Reid and Theresa Lamb, because due to their commitments, this was the best they could do in time-wise, and we're really grateful to have them to do what they're doing. We're going to do our best to stick at time. The quiz is at the middle part of the day. That's going to be Gillian and Felicity, so it's going to be fun. So just basically, I really hope you have a good time today. So without further ado, because we want to hit the time, we're at 10:32. I just want to introduce you to the first speakers, which are Caroline Murray and Katrina Duffy. So Caroline and Katrina are both senior medicine scientists in the clinical chemistry laboratory. Both have an extensive experience in research and development. Caroline has been the scientific lead in the SIMS project at TUH, so the one-stop shop for endocrinology patients led out by Professor Bourne. Katrina has been the project lead for implementation and replacement of all the modular platforms and clinical chemistry laboratories. So they have an extensive record in method verification and are key contributors to the antibody study we'll talk about later. And they're also the senior medical scientists in the laboratory medicine.